Oh my god. Guys and girls, what was that trailer? Holy hell. Oh, there is a lot to cover. Now, you would think that after a live stream that was 4 hours, I would have said what I needed to say regarding this trailer. However, this is more of a classic Chosen video, if you will, of me just basically talking about my overall thoughts. This is like an addendum video to basically now that the hype has set in, my concerns, my hopes, where I think the show is going to go. Now, the way the trailer is designed is it's picking up right after Season 3 ends. And do I think that's going to be forever? No. I think it's literally going to last maybe an episode. I think an episode at best. You're going to see Daniel and Johnny working together, and then maybe by the end of the first episode there's going to be a time skip, and that will be maybe when Silver comes to town or something like that. And I think Silver could potentially come in episode 2 or really early, depending on the way the trailer has kind of shaped things up. And this is a testament to the show that the fact a simple camera panning through the Miyagi dojo with Dimitri, Chris, Sam, and all the Miyagi-Dos just sitting there, breathing, can get me so hyped alone. And then you've got Tori preparing probably for the Quicksilver method. You have Kyler getting some shine. I got a video talking about that. I think Kyler's in for a really killer arc this season, and I'm going to tell people why. Robbie, my son, looks absolutely goated. There's a lot of things with like the cameras this season. They do look a little bit different. I don't know whether that's because they've changed them or whatnot, but it does look a little bit different. But not in a bad way. It just looks a little bit different. It's just interesting seeing how, like, with Daniel and Johnny's styles, how they're both going to mesh and how they're both going to mix. And you can see this in the students' reactions when, you know, Johnny's like, we got to beat the living crap out of them, right? And all you see is all the Eagle Fang or ex-Cobras like Hawk and, you know, Mitch going, yeah, that's what's up. And you've got the Miyagi-Dos like Chris and Dimitri going, what is this? And this is where, you know, the nuance comes in, is that seeing how these two operate from here is going to be so interesting, where I think it's going to be funny across Season 4. But I think, given the context of Cobra Kai winning this thing, I think this could actually be their downfall. This could be what separates them, because Silver and Kreese, as much as they may butt heads down the line, in terms of power struggle, because if you think about it like this, in Karate Kid 3, when Silver was out of the picture, when Kreese was out of the picture, Silver was in the driving seat. In Karate Kid 1, Kreese was in the driving seat. In this show, Kreese is still, like, he's been in the driving seat for the last 2 seasons, you know, seasons 2 and 3. So now you bring Silver in, he's not there to be second fiddle. These two are going to butt heads at some point down the line. But I think for the most of Season 4, these two are absolutely going to be dead set on getting the win and getting the result. And I think they're going to be the most determined and the most driven to get this result and get this win. Not that Johnny and Daniel aren't, but I feel like their bickering just isn't as great. As much as it's played for comedic value and it's funny, I think it's also going to lend weight to their downfall. I think it's also going to be their demise. There could be a point in the season where maybe they put it aside and they work. But I still think it could not bode well, if you know what I mean, in the long-term grand scheme of things. Seeing Dimitri and Johnny interact since the last time they saw each other, where, you know, Johnny floored Dimitri and was like, you know, hey-ah! You know, seeing how far they've come from that will be interesting to see how the two characters are gonna, you know, their dynamic. You know, it's pretty much just the mixing and mashing of all the students from all the dojos against each other. It's gonna be very, very unique and very, very interesting. But Daniel and Johnny are definitely going to just, like, aside from bickering, I think these two are going to learn a lot from each other. There's a bit in the trailer where Kreese is biting an apple, and it looks like he's trolling Amanda, like these two have got a restraining order against each other. They're not meant to be within the same distance as each other. Socially distanced! Sorry, I had to throw it in there. But I feel like maybe this is where maybe Kreese reveals what his stipulation is. So we know that if he loses, he has to go. If he wins, what does it mean for Daniel and Amanda and Johnny? What does it mean for all of them? And I think this is around the time that he maybe reveals it. Because if you look at Amanda's face, she looks disgusted. Like, you can tell by the look on her eyes that she just looks absolutely disgusted with this man. And if he's not careful, there's going to be another slap heard around the world. Then we fast forward to new sides. We fast forward, like Johnny doing the crane kick. Like, I'm sure it's done in a way where he's taking the mickey out of Daniel, and Daniel's just like storming off. And you can actually visibly see Sam in the background laughing, like she's smiling at it. And I think that's what's going to annoy Daniel the most, is the fact that Sam is going to take a real shine to Johnny. They're going to get along so well, and it's going to be so interesting just seeing like the dynamic of the characters where, you know, Daniel's like, I never taught you that. No, Johnny, Mr. Lawrence taught me it. Johnny, what are you teaching my daughter? Well, I'm teaching your daughter how to kick ass. You know, and then starts another argument. You know, it's all that kind of stuff. Robbie and Tori in the Cobra Kai dojo. In the live stream, there was a good point that was raised. It looks like Tori is concerned. Like, in this scene, there's some kind of look of concern on her face. Whereas Robbie, on the other hand, looks convicted. He looks dead set in his way. And I think throughout this season, as much as Robbie has a good heart, you're going to see a lot of evil Robbie. A lot of him. Because you won't really see a lot of it in Season 5 or 6. Because Robbie's arc will be about getting it out of his system. And then Season 5 and 6 is his redemption. Is him coming home. So Season 4, he's going to be Darth Vader. He's going to be an absolutely unrelenting, you know, for all intents and purposes, arsehole. He's going to be evil, he's going to be twisted, and he's going to be doing a load of stuff. And I guarantee you, it relates to Kenny. Kenny is going to be the thing that pushes Robbie right over that edge. And that's what's going to set up Robbie and Hawk. Then you got Daniel and Johnny fist bumping. Now, the whole Kenny and Hawk situation really sticks out to me. Because I feel like Kenny hasn't been introduced to be the character that's an annoying little shit. Like, I think he's going to be a person of the wrong place, wrong time, and it's going to set Hawk and Robbie on both of their respective arcs. I think it's going to set Hawk on the road to getting his ass whooped, and it's going to set Robbie on the road to going dark. Like Kenny is the catalyst for it, and absolutely integral to that arc, where he's not going to be a major part of the show, but he will serve the story. And I could see a world where maybe down the line the torch is passed to him, Anthony, and Devon as like maybe the next, you know, 3 trio of Cobra Kai or what have you. We fast forward to Robbie dancing with someone, and I had the time of my life. I mean, hell, it was mentioned in Season 2 that his middle name's Swayze, so I'm just saying, gotta put Dirty Dancing in there if he's dancing. I hope there's no dance-off, as much as Bully Keen is a cool thing of I'm going to put some foot in your eye and all that. I just really hope that it's not going to turn into some he's all that situation where they're all dancing off with each other and that's how they... No, get that out of there. No. But there was a discussion based around on this, and I'll leave that one up in the air. But I think it's just probably like a prom dance or whatever. But I hope it's not played too cheesily, if you know what I mean. You got Johnny and Carmen smooching. There's no doubt in my mind. I have a scene where Johnny and Carmen have a little fun. You cut to the morning. Miguel's pouring himself some cereal, and he just sees Johnny and Carmen coming out of the room, like they've just woke up, and Miguel's just like, Sensei? Something as simple as that. You have Tori dressed in some like Little Mermaid kind of thing. And I don't know what the context of that is, but I don't want to theorize on that one too far, because that, like, for some reason, Tori's always in this in the situations of like back in the Season 3 trailer, like we all thought it was like some underground fight club, and it was just like the back of golf and stuff. So I'm not gonna go too far left field with that one. You've got Daniel and Johnny training, and this is where I feel the Rocky 3 vibes come in. Is you've got Daniel and Johnny training like Rocky and Apollo. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a rendition of the Rocky theme adjusting for copyright. Maybe they could do something similar. Sort of like how when Robbie's unleashing on Johnny, it sounds like a lot like Anakin's betrayal from Revenge of the Sith by John Williams. Duel of the Snakes sounds a lot like Duel of the Fates when Johnny storms into the dojo. Like, there's certain little beats and nuances within the song that can really go, oh, hang on, that reminds me of that song. And then we can go, oh, it's like that. But I think, you know, it's going to come to a point where Johnny will learn from Daniel, Daniel will learn from Johnny, but Johnny's really going to say, look, Daniel, your breathing exercises and stuff like this is great. It's great for defense. But if this Silver's as bad as you say he is, we need to be on our A game, because this guy ain't letting up. If, like, I could see a world where Daniel tells Johnny the whole story, and then he's like, wait, you were in Cobra Kai? Yeah. And then he tells him about it. And then Johnny's like, oh my God. we got to deal with this. Like I can guarantee you that's going to be the moment that Johnny and Daniel stop bickering and they put it aside and they get to work. Because Silver being introduced, Daniel knows what that means, and Daniel will tell Johnny what that means. Then you've got Johnny training in the Miyagi Dojo on the board. Like, I could see one of two things happening. A montage plays of Johnny just constantly falling in the pond, and Daniel just going, just give me a cause. And then Johnny's like, light beer, it's for pussies. Yeah. But, or something where Johnny actually aces it first time. Beginner's luck. Like, he gets it done in one. He's like, this is what was supposed to be so hard? You're kidding me, right? And then we get my favorite part of the trailer, where Kreese is smirking. Silver has joined the dojo. The light shines upon him like an angel. Even though we know he's a devil, the light shines upon him like an angel that's descending from the heavens above, even though he's ascending from the hell below. You see him adjusting his ponytail, putting it into shape. And then the best bit of this trailer is just seeing Silver go absolutely ham on the punching bag. There is no doubt in my mind, 2 versus 2 is going to happen. You're going to get Daniel and Johnny versus Kreese and Silver. It's inevitable. 2 versus 2. I cannot wait to see that go down, because if you look at it like this, flashback Kreese and Silver, flashback Kreese is better. Karate Kid 3, I'd say Silver's better. For present day, I'd say Silver is better. Like, the way Silver is right now, I think he's a force to be reckoned with. And I think even Kreese would struggle against him. Like, Kreese has already been beaten by Daniel and Johnny respectively. Like, it's... Against Silver, I don't see him, like, in the way... Like, with the context at hand, I think Silver is the most lethal fighter on the show, bar CHOZEN. Like, with the way this trailer kind of lends to it, I think maybe CHOZEN could be the key down the line. You never know. But he's going absolutely ballistic on the punching bag. He's letting it all in. And I had it pegged that it would play with flashbacks of his younger days. So maybe Kreese teaching him how to punch the punching bag. He's giving him the lessons. And it cuts between present and flashback, present and flashback, present and flashback, present and flashback. And then you just see the evolution of how far Silver's come without even being able to throw a punch to now going absolutely ballistic on a punching bag. I love it. I love it. I love it. And there's a doll in the offset, which I think is an updated version of the Quicksilver method. And it wouldn't surprise me if he trains the students in the Quicksilver method to begin with. And then halfway through the season, he starts ripping the padding off of the bars and says, hey, we're going to go old school. Oh, God, I would have chills. I would have chills, and I think Robbie would be the first one up for that. He would be like, all in. And the trailer sort of ends with Daniel and Amanda. Now, huge shout out to Amanda, because her character is the undisputed voice of reason within this show. She is absolutely goated. She's just like... She's perfect. She never misses a beat. She's usually pretty much in the right all the time. I've never really had any issues with her character at all. And it's such an interesting arc for her to go on, where, you know, Daniel says to her, you know, Kreese... I mean, Johnny's one thing, but Kreese, that guy's dangerous. And she's like, oh yeah, geriatric karate coach or whatever. And then you fast forward to season 3, and then Daniel's like, see? Sounds crazy when you say it out loud. And she's like, no, it's crazy when other people said it. And now I'm saying it. It's mad. Like, that's what this whole little scene here is about, is the fact that, you know, everything we've got depends on an All Valley final. Like, what? And this is what I mean. When you try and explain this show or the movies to people, they'll think, this is cheesy. This sounds cheesy. This sounds ridiculous. But then you watch the show and you're like, hey, this is actually pretty sick. You know, so it's sort of like that. It's like a... breaking the fourth wall, you know, kind of wink, wink, smile, smile, nudge, nudge, you know? But Amanda's just come such a long way with it, where even she says, oh my god, this is such an interesting transition from where we were. But yeah, this trailer as a whole, ladies and gentlemen, you know, and it ends December 31st, this trailer as a whole was absolutely brilliant. I got chills watching this. Like, it's given me such a... It's given me such a want to watch season 4 that I want to go back and watch season 3. Like, it's great. And honestly, I've got a video on Kyler, because I tell you what, when he flips that student over and he does his little, you know, swagger move, I'm like, yes, that's what we need. That is what we need right there. And there's a scene after that of when the Cobra Kais are standing there. Robbie and Tori aren't there. So I think what's going to happen in that scene is this. It's going to be similar to how Johnny disappeared for an episode in Season 2 and Kreese took over. But this time, Robbie, Tori, and Kreese will probably go on like a little... They'll go on something together. Grandfather, you know, offspring, whatever time. Like bonding time, if you will. And that will leave Silver in charge of the dojo in this situation. Because I've tried looking in the reflection of the mirror. And they've gone with this shot specifically because you can't find it in the mirror. Like, unless someone can find it in the mirror, then comment below, because I can't see it at all. But essentially, the vibe that I'm getting from this is that, you know, we're just gearing up for a really intense season. And I feel like the recruiting is going to be off the chain. Like, you thought the dojo sizes and armies were huge before. They're going to be they're going to become armies. Like, you're going to see loads of like random students that are there just as cannon fodder to be beaten up. Like, I think Kyler is going to absolutely boss it against all the new, like, the randoms. Like, that's how you elevate Kyler. Tori's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Robbie's going to come a long way. Get my boy Sean in there. Come on. Get my boy Sean in there. But guys and girls, I'm interested to hear what you have to say about the trailer down below. Comment below your thoughts. Comment below your hype. Marching forward to 6k subs, I want to say a huge thank you to every single person who was in the live stream, in the chat, and people who came into the stream. You know, don't worry. I mean, ads, Lisa, Cobra Kai World, you know, all you guys, you're goated. And then the kings that joined me later on from Lex, who's now, you know, part of the posse, if you will. You've got King, you've got RJ, you've got Evan, you've got Strike First Media, you got Yinko, you got King, you got Christian. Talking Cobra Kai, it's brilliant. I love it. I love it. Context and nuance are so important. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Guys and girls, I'll see you all in another video. Expect multiple videos from me coming up, covering specific moments from this trailer and what I think it means for certain characters. Guys and girls, I'll see you in the comment section down below. And remember, beat the living crap out of them. Don't let them push you around.